and it's either you're throwing gas on it by the
Mm-hmm.
decisions you're making and not being intentional about being intentional, or you know, you're not, like you said before, you are mindful of it, so you're making different decisions, you're being intentional about it. But it was something you just said about the gut, and I think it was about the detox. And I know you mentioned this as well on your webinar about making sure that your detox pathways are open, because if not, like you said with that salad, it's still going to just be leaking out and not necessarily cleansing the body like you want it to, or what you're intending it to do, because those pathways are not open. Can you break that down and explain that to, like, you know, basic terms of what you really mean about being at a place where you can actually really open your pathways to truly do a detox, and not just say, oh, I'm detoxing, so I'm just going to go and choose these foods?
Yes. And look here, I'm going to lean in for y'all. Now, I'm going to come for your throat just a little bit. I'm going to see it all over social media. I'm coming for you. It's November. Everybody going to want to detox in January, honey. Everybody going to get slim thick, lose 20 pounds. I want to tell you right now, I have nothing against setting New Year's resolutions and goals and detoxing. But here's the thing, you can start today. I just felt like I needed to throw that out, because I know when we think detox, everyone's like, I'm going to poop my brains out, I'm going to feel better, this, that, and the other. Here's the thing. I have nothing against detoxing, but what I am seeing, especially in the chronic illness community, no matter endo, PCOS, fibroids, especially fibroids, because if you have fibroids, it's essentially toxins and hormones wrapped together, you have a detoxification issue. So when we start detoxing, the issue is we're pulling toxins out of our cells. Those toxins could be birth control you took 10 years ago, the Tylenol you took 2 weeks ago, the air you breathed when you went down on vacation to New York and you got all the smog in, the Bath and Body Works candle, I'm coming for you, right? That you're burning, that's putting xenoestrogens in the air. No matter where you're at, you know, even me, right? That photo back there could be off-gassing something when I first got it. So toxins are everywhere. I'm not coming from the high horse, but this is the thing. Think of a bucket. When your toxin bucket is full, that is when you have symptoms. I repeat, when your toxin bucket overflows, that's when you have the fibroids. That's when you have the cyst. That's when you have the estrogen dominance, the acne, etc. If you can decrease the load in your toxin bucket, then you're good. But society, and that's just the misconception, when we want to do a detox, we want to, you know, poop everything out. We want to pee everything out. You know, we're in a rash and we're like, whoo, I'm rashing. That means I'm healing. No, right? So before you start to detox, you have to make sure that you open up your detox pathways. So with your detox pathways, you want to make sure that everything is open. So detox pathways are something as simple as deep inhales and exhales. Your lungs are a detoxification pathway. Your bowels, sweat, urine, all of these things push toxins out. The issue is that you buy the supplements, you do this, that, and the other, you start the detox, you start pulling the junk out of your cells, but I'll use myself for example, but you're constipated. What sense does it make to pull toxins out of your cells if you're constipated? You just pull the dirt out, it has nowhere to go, and now you're super nauseated. You're even the more constipated. So before you start to do any type of detoxing and start doing a healing protocol of killing stuff off, open up your pathways. Simple ways to open up your pathways: lymphatic massage. Super simple, you know, open up your termini, do some lymphatic massage. Dry brushing. I did a video earlier. You're welcome. I got one right here. Dry brushing, very simple. This isn't like a $200 healing modality. I get the messages all the time. It's so expensive to heal. Baby, I think this is $15. Like, it's not expensive to heal. Sometimes it's going to be some simple, non-sexy stuff. Castor oil packs are another thing you can do. Increasing your water, making sure you have Himalayan salt or sea salt, some type of electrolytes, jumping on the trampoline with your kids, with your nephew, your nieces, your neighbors, right? Moving your body, dancing, jumping, all of these things open up your detox pathways. But it's really, I know we talked about it a little bit on that webinar. Now, if you guys want the tea on the webinar, you have to send me a message and I can try to get you that webinar. But we talked about different ways to assess your pathways. For example, if you're the person that loves to work out, but you're like, LJ, I go to these Zumba classes all the time, Dr. Johnson, and I never sweat. That lets me know that your lymphatic pathways are not open. You probably have swollen lymph nodes in your neck, you know, behind your ears, possibly in your groin. If you're working out, you should be sweating, right? So if you're not sweating, that lets me know that that drainage pathway needs support. My drainage pathway that always needs support is my lymphatic system, partly because I had breast implants, had them for 8 years, removed them. So the heal is real, right? I still got to detox all that drama. So it kind of sits in my lymphatic pathways. And then my gut has always been more sensitive. Not to mention the 19 centimeters of bowel, which I think got a little kinked up with my miracle 3 years ago, right? The bowels just don't move as easily for me. So I have daily things that I do to make sure my bowels move on a regular basis. If you're constipated, this isn't the time to detox. If you work out and you don't sweat, this is not the time to detox. You need to open up your drainage pathways. And I'm just giving you kind of the high level. But biggest thing I would say, especially because you're going to listen to this again around the holidays and you're going to want to detox and all of this, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get anywhere. Even if you drop 5 pounds or 10 pounds of water weight, if you didn't really open up your pathways, you're just going to be recirculating those toxins. I'm going to take it a step further. For people that have a uterus, especially if your detox pathways and your drainage pathways are not open, you're recirculating those toxins. So for example, we just came out of a weekend. We going into the holidays, baby. We about to eat, drink, and be merry. But here's the thing. Every time, I'm throwing this in as a bonus, every time you drink alcohol, think of it this way. Your body has a conveyor belt that's going to your liver. Your liver is your master detoxifier. So this is the other thing. If your liver doesn't work properly, you've got gallstones, you got the gallbladder pain, you've got all these different things. You need to support your liver. When you bring in alcohol, yes, I said it. When you bring in alcohol, it knocks all your hormones off that conveyor belt and prioritizes the alcohol. So for example, if you have fibroids, fibrocystic breast, you're the person that's like, oh my gosh, I had a drink on Saturday, I'm still struggling over here on Monday. If that's you, or if you have a sensitivity to caffeine, you really need to work on opening up your liver and your gallbladder drainage pathway before doing any detoxing, because all you're going to do is pull the toxins out of the cells. They're going to come through the body. They're not going to know where to go. You're not pooping. You're not peeing, right? You know, everything ain't flowing and going, and you're just going to recirculate those toxins.
Man, I appreciated that, Dr. LJ, because I was just like, when you said that, I was like, whoa, I had no idea. And I think that's such a common misconception, because that's all you see is, you know, detox, 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 and all these different foods, vegetables, or things that you can take out to do a detox. And no one says, but did you prepare your body for the detox? So when I was on your webinar, you said that, I was like, whoa. And so like, I've been telling other people about it. They're like, well, when's that episode going to be on the podcast? And I was like, you said, yeah, I am going to ask. And thinking about the detoxing, the next big thing that I really loved about it was the magnesium bath. And you're really talking about the importance of that. Can you first tell us, why is it important to make sure magnesium is a part of your lifestyle, and then hit on how magnesium baths are beneficial and what can you do? What does that look like for you?
Yes, if I could airdrop magnesium to everyone, I would. I really would. So magnesium, why do we need it? It does over 300 things in the body. It gives you energy. It regulates your bowel. It helps with cellular health. It helps with your mitochondria. We could go a whole nother hour about what it does. It do everything. So it'd be doing the most. Here's the thing. When you're managing a chronic illness, remember when we were talking about that small fire that makes your body think you're running from a bear, you're always in a crisis? When your cortisol is going up, 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 let me follow this hand. As the cortisol goes up, your body is stressing, you're dumping minerals. For example, 8 a.m., you drink that super healthy smoothie, you're feeling amazing.